Morning, I'm back on another hunt at the same permission as I got the George second silver. It's a different field this time. Where I had the silver before was behind those two trees, along the hedge line that runs along the back. But this morning I'm starting in this wheat field. The wheat's a lot lower, so it's a bit easier going. As I say, I've not been around this field before, so I'll have a quick try. Spend a couple of hours in here, and then I'll work my way back to where I was before. There's a Roman road that runs about a mile that way along there, so nearer Roman I should think will be at that end, but we never know. We'll see what we get in this field. When I get my first find, I'll let you know. Well, I started only 2 minutes ago. My rucksack's there. I've just walked over to here. My first hole, I've only taken a little bit of soil out, but I'm getting an 85. It came up sort of 90. Yeah, I'm getting sort of like 91, 92. So I'll try a live dig. As I say, I don't normally do live digs. It's a bit difficult, sort of one-handed. As I say, I don't have a pro pointer. What's that? Nothing. Just move my spade. Well, it's still showing it's in hole. 2.5 inches. It's coming up at a 92, which is a very good signal. Let's have a look. I hate digging. Nearly put my spade through my wire then. Well, I'm going to pause it for a minute because it's saying that I'm still 3 inches down, and so I'll just pause it for a second till I get a bit closer to it. Well, I just thought I'd give you a quick update of what I've had so far. I've walked from sort of the corner of the field, which is that tree, up there along that line and down this hedge line here. I've just reached this corner, and my next hunt is going to be sort of along a couple of metre wide strip along this hedge line back towards where I found that silver. So just to give you an update of what I've got so far, not very much, very sparse. Big dollop of lead. There you go, nothing exciting there. Oh, dropped it. I've got a button. I don't know if that will focus. There you go. Now there's an impression of something on there. Quite nice, but it needs a good clean up. It's quite thick, looks like a dome-backed button, so it might be a bit of age to that, but I'll check when I get home. Very basic little piece of copper there, little copper disc. I air tested it on my detector to try and adjust some of the settings on my detector. The background threshold sound was getting on my nerves, so I've changed that. And I have had one coin. There is a portrait there, very, very faint. I can't identify it, but it looks like a portrait facing left. It's about the size of a penny, so George II penny, George III penny I mean. Anyway, nothing, I can't see anything on the back, no Britannia, but it'll no doubt scrub up a bit when I get home. And that's it. So I'm only going to sort of video the signals that give, well, the best signals really. Anything in that I suspect, you know, could be silver or a good strong signal, because my battery life on this phone's a bit dubious. So the next time I'll be filming a hunt will be, as I say, on something that's going to be worth filming. Okay then, see you soon. Well, it's just gone 10:30 in the morning, so I've been out now for just under 3 hours. I've just taken a break, having a cup of tea and a fag. I'm back on where I found that silver, which is just as where the start of that hedge line is there, a few yards down that way. I've had a quick scan around again, can't see anything there, no signals coming up. So I'm going to work this area sort of from here to probably that far in there, because otherwise the wheat gets a bit too high there and it's wet, and I don't want wet feet today. And then I'm going to work up against that hedge line, and it goes around probably another quarter of a mile, a long way anyway, up to towards where you see those trees, the corner of that field, and I shall work my way back. So I'm going to spend the rest of the day, I think, in this area where the wheat's low, and just see what I can find. If I get any to give you an update, I had a couple of finds on the way up here, nothing special, but I did have another coin. It looks like an old penny, and can't get a date off it. And I also got an arrowhead, a dart. Let's have a look. There you go. Jed gets quite a few of these on his fields. It's the first one I've had on these. There's where the tip will be at that end, and as you can see, it's rotted off. Anything else interesting to show you? Let's have a look. Oh, and I found a military badge. Let's see if you can see it. There you go. Put it in the light so you can see it better. Which way up? I haven't cleaned it up yet, as you can tell. But there you go. There's the crown and the eagle. Before I start the roundup, I just want to give a quick apology if my videos are taking a while to upload onto YouTube. Unfortunately, my computer doesn't seem to like Windows Movie Maker, so I'm trying some new software out, but it does take a long time to master. But anyway, onto the roundup. There's only one item from here which it's from the same permission, but I never found it on the last hunt, but I'll show you that in more detail, because I found out some information about it. So start with the junkite. Anyway, this was from the last hunt. Just a small basic bit of copper disc, a lump of lead, a little droplet of lead, quite a bit of weight in it, a dart, or an arrow as you may want to call it. Obviously there's where the tip has rusted off, a small, again, well, half a complete copper disc, no idea what that was used for. So now I come on to the buttons. Quite a few buttons on the last hunt. There's this little utility button, which is quite a common one. I found one very similar before, and it actually says suspender on there, but I can't quite read what this is, but it looks like just a basic utility button. One military badge, or button, is it Air Force, I mean? I think that's right, yeah, with the crown on there. Bit grotty at the back, nothing written on. Another quite simple utility button, nothing on there. This was a nice little button. It's going to be hard to see now that I've cleaned it, but there's like a very, very fine gridded pattern on the button there, but I think because of the rust that's also on it. It's not really showing so well. It actually looked better when I left it dirty. You see it's quite rusty. There are markings but there's no writing as such. But that's complete with its shank though. And then this must be the tiniest button I've ever found, and if you compare it to my little fingernail, there you go, it is tiny, and it's got the shank on it attached. I'll just zoom in. It's very plain, no writing on there, but it's tiny. Coins, the only 2 coins I got for that day. I've tried to clean this up, but couldn't get any detail off it at all. I can't see a portrait, I can't really see anything. Now I've gone by the size and the material being copper. It's somewhere around the 1770, so it could be either really late George II or early George III, early copper farthing. The last one, which I'm sure is George III, is yet another Irish coin, but this one's been, as you can see, pretty much bent in half. Now I don't know if that was done intentionally as a love token or whether it was hit by a plough, but when I looked closely it looks as though there's sort of more than one impact mark, so whether it's been done deliberately, I'm not quite sure. And there is a portrait there with the bust facing the right, and again whether it's a plough mark or not, it's sort of cutting straight across the portrait. And on the back, although it may not be too clear to see, if I can get it the right way up, there we go, there's the crown at the top and the harp, so another Hibernian, so probably dating, I would imagine similar to the one I had before, which was 1774. So that's it. But before I go, just wanted to share one of the items that I found. This is gorgeous, and you'll probably recognise it straight away. It is obviously a trigger guard from a rifle, and I found on the finds database an identical match for it, really, and it's from the sporting version, non-military version of the Browns, or is it what do they call it now? Brown Bessie? Yeah, the Brown Bessie rifle, which was used during Napoleonic times in the military. But this one was, because it has a flower inscription on the back, was probably manufactured or converted for sporting use. It's broke off at the top. If I lay it down, that would have extended out sort of so far, and on the other side where it attaches to the gun, it's quite common to have like a big acorn feature on the end, and it's got a little bit squashed as well. It's a little bit out of shape, but the patina on it is lovely, how it's shone up. I mean, you can imagine all the fingers of where I've been holding that trigger guard over the years. Very nice. Now that dates pretty much the same as the coins, really. 1770, very common around that time, and it gives us a whole new outlook on the permission that we're on, because we now understand the area better. It is just on the outskirts of a large estate, so I think by the look of it, the estate was actually bigger than a lot bigger than it is now. Hence why I found a musket ball actually quite close to this trigger guard on the same day, although I can't find it for some reason, it's disappeared. But yeah, there you go, very nice find. Anyway, I was hoping to go on a hunt tomorrow, but unfortunately something's come up, so I can't make it out tomorrow when the sun's going to be shining. But never mind, I will be back on the permission soon, and hopefully I'll come up with some more goodies. But in the meantime, thanks for watching, and I'll leave you with that.